I'm here to show you the sum if statement. What I want to do in here, if this value in region, this area here, is equal to west, I want to just add those numbers in there. So I'm going to go into the sum if. I go into formulas and then I click on math, find sum if down here. And we're doing three things in here. First, we want to establish the range where we're doing the lookup of the data. This shows the regions here. We highlight that, the box collapses. We want to do the criteria. The criteria we wrote in this box here, west. Now I want to add up the numbers inside here. So it's showing the sum range 171,781. I say okay. So what it's doing is highlighting these three cells here are adding up. Now if I change this to south, it's adding up the numbers there for the south. You could have put rows in and subtotals and all that. I want to show you something next. I want to create a drop-down list where I could select the thing here and not do anything. And if I type in something like, it's not going to do it because it's only looking up here. What I have here are these four cells. I can't use these for the drop-down because it repeats the words. But I want to create a drop-down list. Pretty easy. You go into here, you go on the data tab, and you've got one in here. I know it's tiny here, flash fill. You go into this one here called data validation. I click on it. I go into allow. I click on list. The source. I could type east, comma, north, comma, south, comma, west, comma, or I could just highlight these cells here. I say okay. So if I go into here, I click on north. Go into here, click on east. Great way to do some snap looks at your data there. What I want to do now, I want to talk about sum ifs. In this one here, we only had one condition. We just wanted to know the region. We're going to make this a little more complicated, but it's relatively easy. I would say complex, not complicated. Again, we got Frank typed in here, and we could do a drop-down list if we want to. However, I want to find out everything that Frank did that is worth 250 or more. Or I could say any name worth 250 or more. Mary only sold 234. So we're going to go into here and we're going to go into the sum ifs. I click on math, drag down to here. It's only showing a couple of cells so far, but don't worry. And what we're here, the sum range is these are the numbers here. The criteria range is going to be the names here. Criteria 1. And see, when you do this, you can keep adding multiple criteria here. So this criteria 1 is based on Frank's name, the name of the person that we typed in there. Now what I want to do here, I want to go into the second range here where the numbers are. And I want to say more than 250. I say okay. It's giving me the number here. If I type in Bill, what do you think I'm going to get? 0. Janet. So it's a nice way of finding things here with snapshots of the data. And if you look over here, you will see that each of these is a different name. I could put a drop-down list in here. In fact, I will do this right now. Go on the Data tab, Data Validation, List, highlight these names here. Can you type in here? You could. Let's say I put in Juan. See how it's showing him there? But if I were to make up a name here and say Lewis, it's not matching anything in there, so I could say retry. I could find out, cancel, click inside here, Harry. Didn't sell anything over 250. When you're doing this, you have to think out the logic a few times. It's relatively simple. The more you do it, the easier it gets.